my scrappy friends, welcome to my channel. We are just plugging along here with some December daily, and we are on day 7. I feel like it's such an accomplishment because my month has been so crazy. um, and I am filming this in January, and I'm not mad about that. So we are on day 7, and I did a lot of photos that day. As far as I was taking photos because I was posting or getting ready so that I could post this post for my mom and I's collab. And my cat was just super cute, so I have a lot of photos of him from that day. And so you're gonna see this, the way that I chunked this up and did it was a little bit different because at this point I'm kind of working on my album in chunks, and so I don't remember when I did this, but I was watching stuff and I just worked. I had the day to just relax, so which I need to be because it was getting closer to Christmas, right? And so I was wanting to work on it because I had some days off and I needed to relax. And so I'm trying to find chunks of time to relax and scrapbook because my health has just been so crazy that like sometimes I can't even get up and sit in my desk at my scrap desk. So I wanted to try to do that, which is, like I said, kind of a balance, but I wanted to use that tag. I thought it was super cute, and my photos are really bright. So that's kind of was my thought, is that there's a lot of light colors in my photos, except for the Christmas spread that I'm taking a picture of. So I thought, let's bring in some brighter colors. Let's bring in maybe some non-traditional colors, which I did get this Paige Evans pack of pieces from a collection that she did. I'm not sure when she did it, but it has a lot of non-traditional Christmas colors. Like there's quite a bit of purple in it. I would probably not use that at all. I don't mind adding some stuff that is not your traditional Christmas, but I am really not digging like the purple, even though I have that there and I thought about using it. In the end, I don't. I decide to keep it really a little bit more traditional. Like I don't mind adding some of the teals and stuff and blue colors and a little bit of bright colors, but I just realized as I was doing this that I'm more traditional, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to cut some more 3x4s and cards so that I can back my photos. I printed I batch printed a whole bunch of photos and then just made sure I wrote the dates on the back. And so every time I come to new to my table, I make sure that I print off more photos if I still need to print them off. So at this point, I'm still printing off photos. I still haven't printed off all my photos for December daily yet. So the next time I go to my desk, right, I'm going to print off a whole bunch of photos. And that way I always have more photos to finish, but then that way I get them all printed off at some point before I'm done with my album, right? Before, that's just my thought process, and it just kind of helps me. Anyway, so I'm trying to build this little cluster here because I want something here. There's a little bit of dead space in that photo. I don't need you to see everything. It's just my cat sitting in the windowsill. He absolutely loves that. And I know I have the other picture of him underneath the stickers that I'm going to use also as a bigger piece. I probably will end up adding so many big photos in my album because I just have a lot of photos that I want to be blown up. So here I thought that, oh, it's just me and my husband for December this year. It probably will be there will be less stuff that I would document, and where the stories, there are definitely a lot less, like there's not as much activities going on for us because the kids aren't here, but I found a way to get in a lot more photos. Well, and one thing that I do for my kids is take pictures of the cat every couple of days and send them to them because they love getting pictures of the cat because they love him. Mako is our resident cutie pie, and he loves attention but doesn't love attention. So with the kids gone, he is all up in my space, and you can see he is there in my way while I'm trying to get photos taken. That's very normal for him to be in my way. Actually, I haven't seen him much today, and I'm kind of surprised. Maybe because last night there was a whole bunch of it. This is the first, and so he's probably getting some rest because there was a lot of fireworks yesterday night, and the dogs, or my one dog was she doesn't like fireworks. My other dog could care less. A bomb could go off right next to our house and he wouldn't mind. So I'm looking for something else to add to that final space because I know I just have the 2 photos and I'm just going to keep the 2 photos. I know they're not in the same direction. I don't really care. As far as like, I don't have to have it all in the right orientation in my protector. It would be nice if it could be that way, and I do. So I think I might have mentioned this earlier on another video, but at this point in my album, I am realizing how much I actually did like the 10x8 album that Allie did last year, because I feel like it made it easier to deal with photos that were like this, that you could get the orientation, you could just do it differently, and it worked better in the album. With that said, I don't know if I'll use the 10x8 next year if she offers it, just because at some point I will probably just stick to a 6x8 because as the kids get older, there'll be less and less of them. Though with that said, things could be different just because who knows, who knows with life and stuff. So I don't know. But 6x8 is such an easier album to get a hold of as opposed to that bigger one. So I don't know. But I decided on this paper from, I want to say that's Pretty Little Studio, and it went really well with that card, but I'm not going to use that card. I thought about using that. But then I decided that it was a little bit too much of that bright red because the page next to it is like a deeper red, which I really like that color as opposed to this other color, but it works really well for this page, and it brings out, like I said, all of the bright colors to match with the photos, because that day and the sun was out a little bit, and so it was a really great day to take photos. So I found this Be Merry and Bright. That was a Salem Studio printable that I got last year, so it works perfectly. I added that Naughty or Nice sticker, chipboard sticker with the little wooden star, and that's from the Crafty Maven Getaway kit. I'm going to add another embellishment from that kit too, but these hearts, actually those hearts right there, those were in the kit too. So I should make sure I link. I don't have a photo of the kit on the store, and I really need to get it up there, because I still have a few things from the kit separated, because I did a 2-parter kit. But anyway, and I marked off both Naughty and Nice because he is such a cuddly cat when the kids aren't here, but he gets into trouble because he's not getting enough attention. I'm telling you, this cat, I love him to pieces. He is so cute. I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago, I shared when we first got him, and he absolutely loves the kids in the fact that he loves to hate them. because when they're here, I feel like he could care less in a lot of ways. He will find out my middle daughter, Kaden, he really loves to sleep on her bed. So maybe that's part of the reason why he gets so ornery when they're not here. He just gets in so much trouble because he's not getting enough attention. And I give him quite a bit of attention, but I work sometimes and the dog really likes to play with him, and he likes the dog, but he doesn't like the dog because she just wants to play all the time and he doesn't. And so it's just he's just always out and trying to get attention and getting in my way. And I thought it would be really fun to get that on photo. And he is just so photogenic. So there's going to be more pictures of him. Like, he was loving the tree. He loves getting underneath the tree, which was day 6. He was just sitting underneath there, which I have a lot of photos of that. But yeah, so I need to tell a little bit more about why I have so many photos of him, except for he's just part of our life. So he absolutely is not sure about my husband, though, even though my husband has been here for 3 years. So, but he's still not sure. Well, and my husband, we used to have another dog, and it was my husband's dog, and he wasn't sure about that. But anyway, so I ended up using that crate papery ribbon, and because I really liked that tying in to all the other things. So now that you guys heard me all rant, here is the end, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.